Yes, you guys, welcome back. Scenery's looking a bit different today, and I was basically thinking maybe it's time to experiment a little bit. I actually saw a comment in a previous video saying, yo Nini, background's looking a bit dead, looking a bit boring, so I heard you bro, something a bit different today. And in today's News Daily video, I'm gonna break down 4 stories that have come out today. Here are the latest updates surrounding us and Dybala news. Of course, we've learned who our next opponents are going to be in the FA Cup semi-final. We're playing against Man City, and here are my thoughts and reaction news on that. To continue on, we're going to discuss Marc Guehi. There's a possibility now that Guehi could have a future away from his club, so naturally I got to discuss this news, you guys. And on more positive news, it seems like we are getting closer to Thiago Silva signing a contract extension. So very news today, tons of things to discuss. Hope you guys enjoy. Remember to smash that like button. I want to get over 2,000 likes for today's video. And to start with things, let's discuss our semi-final opponents in the FA Cup. Now, I was hoping that Tuchel's luck was going to extend just that bit further. Games against Leicester City or Southampton. I was hoping that Southampton was going to be that team. Wasn't to be the case. We are playing against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final, and I've kind of got mixed feelings about this. On positive news, the main positive is that if we beat Man City in the semis, our hopes of winning the FA Cup dramatically increase. If we can beat them in the semis, then we have a game either against Southampton or against Leicester City, and I do feel like against those two teams in a cup final, I'd rather play against them in my personal opinion. The semi-final draws will take place between the 17th and the 18th of April, so it's not too far away, literally less than 4 weeks, you guys. And to be honest, if we want to get silverware this season, this is a must-win game. We have to get the result, and to be honest, I'm quite excited for this game because for me, Pep vs Tuchel will be an unreal tactical battle, and I feel now under Tuchel we have a coach who gives us more of that slight advantage. So yeah, exciting times. Let's see what happens. Of course, I'll never ever lose faith with my team. But now, you guys, we move on to the second story today. It is an update surrounding Dybala, and news coming out from Italy is suggesting that Juventus, they want to re-sign Paul Pogba. But the only way to do that is to sacrifice players, is to sell players, and the 3 main players they are looking to sell could potentially be Rabiot, Ramsey, and the big one being Paulo Dybala. Now, we know that COVID has really financially impacted so many teams across the world. I know as Prem fans, it hasn't really affected us as much because of the vast wealth that we have in this league. However, for other clubs, it means that things are difficult and to make the signings they want. Especially for Juventus, who are looking to revamp their team right now, it means they have to turn towards what they have and let some players go. Now, the question is Dybala the right guy to sign? Now, the latest news surrounding Dybala is that he still is suffering with the knee injury, this mystery knee injury that he first picked up back in January. Now, reports are suggesting that once the international period is over, Dybala should be fit and fine to return back to the Juve squads. And additionally, you guys, it seems like Dybala's contract extension talks have been put on a standstill. Now, the reason why contract talks have been put on a standstill is that Dybala, yo, you guys, honestly, man, recording outside, who knows if I'm going to continue doing this, but to continue on, Dybala, it seems like there has been a difference between the amount of money that he wants for his contracts and the amount that Juventus actually want to offer. Now, talks ended because Dybala and his team are hoping he gets a €50 million season contract. Juventus are only willing to pay up to 10 million, which is Dybala's current contract. So based on that, based on the difficulties financially that Juventus are currently under too, it does seem like Dybala is set to leave this summer. Now, from here on, I'm going to leave my thoughts and opinions, and I do know that with Dybala, he's a bit of an interesting story because for me, we can't dismiss his form last season. I thought this guy had a great season last season for Juventus, and this season under Paulo, there have been difficulties, but with difficulties, there's always context, and the reality is that I think with Paulo's tactical demands, it's a bit different to the demands that suit Dybala, and we see this constantly happening in football time and time again, where if players don't suit the system, they are going to look worse than they actually are. Now, on the plus news, it seems like for us this summer, players could be leaving. We've seen reports surrounding Tammy and Giroud, Pulisic as well, and using Pulisic as an example. let's say if he decided to leave, could Dybala be that perfect option? Now I say this because under Tuchel, with how he likes to use a false 9, with how we use our 3-4-2-1 system, the cams, 2 cams in the team, central areas, this is the area in which Dybala likes to play in. When you play him out wide, he's not the same player because that really isn't his game. And I do feel like now that Tuchel uses a false 9, I could easily see Dybala playing up front at times, as well as being an option offensively and behind. And considering how Tuchel likes to rotate his team, I do feel like Dybala would easily suit and fit the system. However, Juventus want £48 million to release him, but I don't think that any club would pay that right amount of money to sign him. I do feel like they could sell him for less, especially if it means that they have a big opportunity of signing Paul Pogba, and considering the great relationship that we have with Juventus, could we possibly see Emerson being used as a make-weight to get this deal done? It really wouldn't surprise me. I could see this move benefiting both parties, and let's say we could sign him for between 30 to 35 million plus Emerson too. I feel like this could be a great deal, you guys, but that's only my opinion. Leave your opinions below. Do you think Dybala could work here, or do you feel like he's past it now, which I think is kind of harsh? I do think he's too injury prone. Let us know below. But now we end things with the 2 final stories. I'm going to briefly discuss Thiago Silva and contract extension news because these reports came from Le 10 Sport. They're suggesting that we are ever so close to announcing Thiago's contract extension. They report that both the club and Thiago have agreed upon a 1-year extension. Both parties are happy with this deal, and Tuchel in particular is happy to keep a player that he has a great professional working relationship with, and a player that has become such a leader in this team, has become such a presence in this team as well, and has the most respect out of all the players. Now the reality is, next year we've got another international tournament, the World Cup in Qatar, and you know, you guys, I'm hoping that I can make that one. I've been fortunate enough to attend a few World Cups in my life, and Thiago, at 37, we know he's one of the most serious professionals in the world right now. He has grand ambitions to play for Brazil in his final World Cup, and of course, by him agreeing to a contract extension, this basically boosts his chances dramatically of featuring that Brazil team in next year's World Cup. So I think that would be an amazing send-off, and for me, I like that it follows this pattern we've been seeing over the years of, you know, world-class players coming to our club, playing for us, and just loving it here. I think it says everything you need to know about just how our club is in general, to be honest. And now we move on to the final big story today. It surrounds Marc, and it does link from this third story today. Now, I'm going to recommend that you guys read Liam Toomey's Athletic article that came out just a handful of days ago discussing guehi and his future. It was very revealing. It gives you some greater insight behind the player, how he's been coping at Swansea, and just the potential that guehi has. Reports have been coming out, and it's interesting, you guys. I mean, it really is. The latest report suggests that guehi wants Premier League football for next season. Now, he's either getting Premier League football with us, at Swansea City, or making a move elsewhere. But one thing that guehi does not want at all, is to become part of the loan army. And due to this, it does mean that guehi could be more willing to leave on a permanent if he gets no opportunities from the club this summer. Now, on Chelsea's hands, they want him to sign a new contract extension first before they discuss his future and their long-term plans for him, because guehi's contract does end in 2022. Now, the reality is, if guehi does not like those demands, most likely he will decide to leave. However, the player would be open to a buyback option inserted in his sale, and from this point on, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions behind the story, because for me, I would be disappointed if guehi did not get an opportunity in the Championship this season. He's proven to be one of the best defenders in the league, and considering that this is his first full main season, I think this is a massive sign of the talent that guehi possesses. Now, I feel like, can we still use this excuse of certain players needing multiple loan moves before they get chances? I don't think so. When Lampard took over, he introduced 4 players straight from the Championship: Mason Mount, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, and Tomori as well. And I don't feel like these guys needed years in the loan army to be able to prove their talent and prove their worth. Due to these guys in particular, they played a massive part in helping us secure a top 4 finish, and I feel like it's time to really trust what we have, because the evidence has not been any clearer. Now, for me, I think that guehi should be given an opportunity next summer. It seems like one defender is set to leave, and considering that we are looking to sign defenders in the market, you know, defenders such as Sula, guys like Jimenez, 2 injury-prone players, as well as Kanate from Leipzig, who's only 2 years older than guehi, and you know, players that come from the Bundesliga tend to need at least 1 season to acclimatise to the Premier League. So already the advantage is that right now, Championship football is at a much higher level. There's a reason why so many guys from the lower divisions can step up to the Premier League and acclimatise very easily. I feel like this is the best finishing school for our players right now, and guehi is passing a test that many players in this team have already passed. Yes, I know buyback option, but as we saw with Nathan Aki, this only gives you a bigger possibility to re-sign a player. This does not mean that you're guaranteed to get him back, because guehi could decide, and that's because Marc guehi could decide, you know what, I've got better opportunities elsewhere and I feel like it's best to sign for these clubs instead of coming back. So I don't know, you guys, we have so much talent at this club defensively. I see the situation where guehi comes back, he works with the squad, he gets opportunities in the team. He learns under Thiago Silva and many great defenders we already have. And when Thiago leaves, guehi is then fully ready to take over and just be that successor that we need. That successor is a defender that can play out from the back. Guehi is 2 foots. He can play with his left foot, his right foot. He plays between the lines. He plays forward, progressive passes, and he's very comfortable switching the ball with both feet. I'd be disappointed if he had to get sold with that option to buy when we already have him for free. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I get a bit puzzled by the club. You know, I keep saying like Cobham, you know, Cobham is one of the best academies in the world, and we keep seeing the step ups that players from the age groups keep making year on and year out. So I'm going to leave this question to you guys. Would it be a massive mistake to allow guehi to leave? Do you feel like the club should, you know, give him opportunities, believe in his long-term abilities, and stick by the player and utilize him? You guys comment below. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. Thank you for watching. If you guys want to see me do more videos from the balcony, let me know. Got to let you know though, it's a bit of a, you know, it's a bit difficult at times, considering that I didn't realize how many cars are constantly passing through this area. I mean, like honestly, like every 2 minutes there's a car passing through. I did not know this road was that busy. So you guys, if you like it, obviously I'll do it for you, but let's hope it gets better. But I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Peace.